What is up with Prince Harry? Is he motivated by greed, misguided love? Does he have a victim mentality? Or is he a heroic crusader for the truth? Also, let's see if I can help an aspiring writer find success. These topics will be covered in this episode of Ask Psychic Ralph. Welcome back to Ask Psychic Ralph, a weekly webcast that uses tarot cards to help viewers resolve personal issues, reach goals, and make I love you, but you're not supposed to be here. I'm not doing these parts. Okay, let's start again. Welcome back to Ask Psychic Ralph, a weekly webcast that uses tarot cards to help viewers resolve personal issues, reach goals, and make decisions. This week's question comes from Alana in Toronto. Dear Psychic Ralph, how can I earn a good living doing what I love? Which is twofold, fiction writing and/or helping people get past things that are blocking them. So you mentioned fiction writing first, so I assume that's your greatest passion. Let's see what they have to say. The Seven of Wands. I feel that one of the greatest challenges for yourself is to find the time to dedicate to this. And I feel that it has to be a commitment, first of all. No, very few authors have their first book become a bestseller. Usually you have to write 2 or 3. So I think it's really important for you, first of all, to identify what goals you have as a writer, whether it's to become a best-selling author or just to get the thing published. Self-publishing is always an option, so that's not impossible. The moon card is here, and there's a very subconscious energy around the moon, and I feel that you might be dealing with some writer's block, and I feel that you need to have a better flow between your creative self and the paper that you're writing on, or the computer. And I think you need to get out of your head and just let things flow. And I think once you can get there, I think you'll become more prolific in your writing. I think that will help you as well. And the other thing too is that when you do write a book and you have to put it out there, it's so hard. And I think that one of the barriers that you have to work on is having the courage to have this baby that you birthed and put it out into the world. Getting criticism, feedback, rejection is brutal, but it's part of the process, and I think that you need to become a lot more resilient. So if I can summarize, get out of your own way in terms of creative, the writer's block, become more resilient in terms of sending the work out, become more prolific in the writing, so that way, you know, if one book gets turned down, you can just work on something else. And you got to know, if you keep at it, eventually something should strike gold. And I think you just need to have faith in yourself. Because I'm going to tell you something, if you don't pursue this and this is your dream, this is something you're going to regret. I've never met anyone that's written a book and regretted it. Never. I've met people who didn't write a book and regretted it. So give that some thought. Up next is the Psychic Scoop, a segment where I probe pop culture and politics. When Prince Harry did his interview with Oprah, I think a lot of people, especially outside of the UK, were quite sympathetic to him. And then he did the Netflix series, and then he did a tell-all book. And I think a lot of us are now questioning really what his motivation is, because he is starting to look a little bit like a victim, you know, the poor rich guy with the privileged life. And also, it's a lot of mudslinging against his family. So I want to take a look today and see really what's going on behind all this. So let's see. The Queen of Wands. So Meghan, his wife. So I feel that I don't want to be one of those people that blames her, but I think that his love for her is quite genuine. And I feel that he is feeling quite protective of her. I think we need to take a pause and realize that his mother, Diana, did an expose against the royal family, which was quite scandalous at the time. And the issues that he's raising today are no different. And I think that this is an old wound that his wife is bringing up today. So the same protection he felt for his mother, he's feeling now for his wife. The difference is that he couldn't do anything as a child to protect his mother, and now he can. So I have to say, I don't think Harry's motives are so bad. But let me see what else. Yeah, the moon, this is again the subconscious mind. There's a lot of deeply rooted triggers and unresolved issues, again, around his mother that are being brought to the surface through his wife and her situation. And there has been racism against Meghan, loud and clear. So, okay, it kind of makes sense. And of course we have the two queens here, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. And I'm going to interpret that as Diana and Meghan. So I think that he's kind of, I'm going to say he is a champion, he's a crusader for the truth, but it's his truth and it's not necessarily the truth. I want to do a little add-on here because I want to take a look at what's motivating Meghan. So let's see what's going on there. I also think Meghan comes with her own baggage. Well, we all do. But Meghan definitely comes with her own baggage. And I also see here too that she has had some genuine difficulties with the royal family. I would say also she's had difficulties obviously with the British press being a woman of color. So these are not... the moon talks about things, kind of borders into the paranoia sometimes, but whether something is imagined or real, the conscious mind and subconscious mind deals with it the same way. So I do feel that she has definitely had her buttons pushed. She has been triggered. The devil. Well, how do I interpret that card? I think that some people, I'm going to interpret the devil as the monarchy, and I think some people are suited to it and some people are not. And I think that we have to realize that Meghan fell in love with Harry. I really think that it's genuine love, but I don't think she loves the royal family and the institution. And she's allowed. So what I'm getting here is quite surprising. I didn't expect this, but I do think that both of them are coming from a good place. I just think they need to stop airing dirty laundry because it's not a good look. And I think it does make them look opportunistic. So maybe they need to move on to some charitable work or some other causes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube or follow me on Instagram and TikTok. If you have a question for me, please visit AskPsychicRalph.com. See you next week and have a magical day.